is presented by New Always Maxi Pads in thin maxis, minis, and panty liners too. And by Love's disposable diapers. Your baby's comfort begins with Love's.
Gentlemen, I am a doctor. I have devoted my entire life to medicine. Now I realize I made a few ethical miscalculations in dealing with the Ixtabe virus. And it is understandable that you would question my assuming Dr. Stevens' identity. However, gentlemen, I was running out of time. I was the only one who knew how serious this Ixtabe virus was. It would have taken me months to prove to other people what I already knew, and by then it would have been too late. Only by assuming Dr. Stevens' identity could I get the funds necessary to continue his research. So I did exactly that.
You should have conferred with your peers in the medical community on the situation and not taken it on alone.
I was complying with Dr. Stevens' wishes.
Gentlemen, if I may interrupt, I would like to remind you that the idea to assume Dr. Stevens' identity was the request of the dying Dr. Stevens himself. Dr. Reardon made it very clear what his situation was to the Foundation as soon as he possibly could.
Changing one's name in order to appropriate funds and facilities is a fraudulent offense. And I must tell you that you could be implicating the Foundation in what you're saying as well.
Gentlemen, let's just get to the heart of the matter here, shall we? Now, I will admit to the wrongdoings that you're accusing me of. So let's drop the preliminaries here. Now we'll make an apology, a public apology, to the board, to the medical community at large. Anything you ask of me, all I ask is that you let me continue with my research. Please.
I'm sure that you would like that, Dr. Reardon, but some of us are not prepared to let you off that lightly.
What is it that you hope to gain by cutting me off from my work?
We cannot allow something as serious as this to go by without censure. You should have gone through proper channels.
But I did! I contacted the CDC. I contacted the World Health Organization. There was no time left for me to go through all the proper channels here. Gentlemen, I was trying to save lives. Now, what more do you want?
Respect, Dr. Reardon. Respect for this body and for the medical profession, of which I might remind you, you are a member.
It's taken years to establish the credibility and authority of this organization. We have standards to maintain and an obligation to the public. It's our job to administer discipline within the profession. If we do not, the medical community could degenerate into chaos.
And every young, hotshot doctor who wants to save the universe would feel free to bypass this committee and go straight to the public. We cannot let that happen.
So that's it, isn't it? You're envious of me, you and your lousy committee. You don't give a damn about medical ethics here. You're just interested in this little charade as an act of professional jealousy, isn't that it?
Tanya, hi.
Hi.
Come on in. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, sure. Is this really where you live?
Yeah, this is it. Temporarily, at least.
Ah, I thought so. I pictured you in a mansion or something.
Uh-huh. Tanya.
Philip, I'm not exactly sure why I'm here.
Well, I'll tell you. Why don't you sit down? You went to the beach with Beth last month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think something happened to Beth while she was there. And I was kind of hoping that maybe you could, you know, help me figure it out if you would, like, tell me everything about your trip.
Philip, don't you think that you should be talking to Beth about this?
Well, yeah, actually, I tried to do that, but she's a little confused right now. She's, having a little trouble with reality. She's got herself talked into believing that she's in love with this hood. Do you know Lou Jack? Him. And I know that that can't be true.
Why not?
Well, how could she be? She loves me.
Well, I don't know, Philip. People change, you know?
Yeah, sometimes they do, but not without a reason, you know? And I know that Beth has changed, but I don't know why. I know that Lujack seems to have some kind of a hold on her, but I don't know what the reasoning is, you know? I can't figure it out. You think maybe he's got her taking drugs or something? No?
No, Philip, that's crazy.
It is. Why?
Oh, I was there, you know?
Yeah? Well, then tell me. What happened?
Well, nothing, really. Lujack just rode to the beach on his motorcycle to see Beth.
Mm-hmm. And?
And that was it. Well, they rode off together, and I went home.
But you, did you see something? I mean, didn't you hear anything?
Yeah, I did, Philip.
Well, that's what I want to know.
Well, I saw enough to know that, Beth really is in love with Lujack. She told me so herself, and I saw the two of them together. It's true.
Okay, well, listen, thanks a lot for coming by, Tanya. I appreciate it.
Philip, I'm really sorry.
Thank you very much for coming by, Tanya. I appreciate it.
If you need for me to talk to you about it...
Tanya, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, room service? I want to place an order, please.
Listen, Jimmy's stronger than you think. He'll be able to handle anything those turkeys can dish out, believe me, all right?
Hey, Fletch. Hi, Floyd. Listen, give me a beer, will you, please? Sure.
Besides, he's got his family here.
That's right. And anyone that the Reardons stand behind, they're in good shape.
Great. Mrs. Reardon, will you take a look at this, please, for a second?
Lujack, I'm not sure
Trust me. Here, have a seat.
Okay.
And you sit down, okay? Relax. Now, Mrs. R, now, in your opinion as a mother, would you pay, let's say, $20 for this picture of Tony?
Tony? Oh. Oh, yes, it does look like Tony.
Hey!
That's wonderful.
I rest my case.
Hi. Want some company?
Not yours.
Okay, listen, I have made a lot of mistakes in the last few days,
I really don't want to hear it. I'm worried about Jim, and I'm not in the mood for any more lies.
Well, you're beautiful when you're mad.
I'm not in the mood for your jokes, either. You know, not every broad who sits at a bar wants to be picked up. Why don't you save it for your latest conquest?
Huh?
I saw you cuddling up to Reba Lewis. I don't suppose the fact she's married would have any effect on somebody like you.
To tell you the truth.
The truth?
To tell you the truth, fighting is not in my line. Especially not with somebody I've been through a lot with. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go upstairs and do some work. Well, I think we should try it.
Yeah, so do I. Look, are you really serious?
Yes, I'm serious. It's a terrific idea. I think the customers will love it.
Yeah! And I think that if she comes in here...
Smash.
What do I do now?
Tomorrow morning, millions of babies will wake up happy and